सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ध्येय आईएएस चैनल को और बेल आइकन को दबाइए लेटेस्ट वीडियोस सबसे पहले देखने के लिए।
Hello and welcome to the IAS. I am Rakshit Charan. Today we have with us in the studio Mr. Techi Kumar. He has succeeded in the Civil Services Examination 2018. Today we will interact with him and get to know about his journey and the learnings that he made throughout his journey. Sabse pehle, congratulations Mr. Techi Kumar. And first of all, tell us about your first reaction after selection.
The first reaction, I think, when I went there, I went to the UPSC building because I felt it is little auspicious to go there. So I went there, like I was expecting little bit too much from myself. So I went there, like I saw the list. I started from the top. Obviously expectations is that like you'll top the exam. But what happens thereafter is a different case. So I started from the top. I checked first top 100, I was not there. Then top 200, I was not there. Top 300, I was not there. 400, I was not there. 500, then I got disappointed. I thought ki nahi hua sahid. It did not happen. So my brother accompanied me to the center. So I told him nahi hua, like tell mommy I did not clear. Then again I rechecked one more time. I typed my name in the PDF. Then it was there. I cleared with 682 rank. I was happy, but then little dissatisfaction was also there. I was expecting better for myself. So that was the case there.
Okay. So that's great that you have cleared into the Civil Services Examination and you have found your name in the divine list that we can say. And now tell us about how your journey towards civil services started and what motivated you to move to this area.
Civil services was something that was always in the back of my mind. Even in the schools, in the colleges, I did engineering. Even during the engineering days, I felt more connected with the scheme of civil services, being part of the administration, being with the people. That is something that always inspired me. I always felt connected. So once I graduated, I ventured into the field, and it has been a long journey since.
Okay, and see, as you are saying that it is a long journey, and definitely after a long struggle, you have arrived at this place, and you are sitting with us here today. So in every aspirant's journey, there are many ups and downs, whether the journey is small or long. So what were the learnings that you made throughout this journey? What were the mistakes that you committed during the previous attempts, and so that learners can know about it?
Definitely, yes. It has been a tedious journey, very long, in fact. And in fact, in my UPSC interview, this was one of the questions that was asked by the Honorable Chairman, that what is one thing that you have learned? I told them that I learned the essence of hard work, because hard work is very, very important. Because this is a very long journey. If you don't clear in your first attempt, then thereafter it is a journey. Next year is the exam. So in the journey you'll have ups and downs. It is important that you keep yourself motivated. One thing that worked for me is that I had good people around me that kept me motivated, because when you are down, it's very difficult to read things. To start from the bottom again, that is a very difficult thing. But then, like, it is important that every time you fail, you understand that the reason for your failure. You need to dig deep into it, understand what were my mistakes. And because throughout my attempts in the exam, there were many mistakes that I committed. And after learning from the mistakes, I'm here. Not a great rank, but still, like, I was able to clear the exam. So, which means that I have learned from my mistakes. So it is very important that you, the future aspirants, people who are preparing back home, they should learn from their mistakes. If you're not learning from the mistakes, then you'll commit the mistakes one more time, and it takes only one time to get everything down the drain. Because if you repeat the same mistake, then again waiting for a year. So it is a very tough journey. Always see what are your mistakes and try to correct your mistakes. It can be with the syllabus, it can be with your approach, it can be your own personal experience, or it may be that you are not understanding certain things. It is your understandability, it can also be a mistake. So try to figure out your mistake and correct the mistakes, and the things will be fine.
Okay, and so kindly tell us about what were your personal experience your mistakes that you experienced, that you have committed, that helped you improve in this attempt?
In my previous 2 attempts, I missed out on interviews by very less margin, 5 and 7. So I realized that in these 2 attempts, my same strategy was there. I was following the same strategy, and I did not bring any change. So what was there was that, like, I did not learn from my mistake. I was reading the same materials, I was writing the answer the same way. Then, like, in this attempt, I changed a little bit, brought in certain new things into the game, and it worked for me. In my first mains, in fact, I realized, like, I was little poor in GS. My GS answer writing was not on mark, so I worked on that area. Again, in the last attempt, I realized I did very horrible in my public administration paper. That was my optional, so I corrected that mistake this time around. So a consolidated prize that I got is that I could able to clear the exam.
Okay, that's great. So kindly also tell us about what kept you motivated throughout this journey, because it is a very long journey, as you mentioned, and definitely we all need to learn from our mistakes and improve upon them. Only then you get selected. But how to keep yourself motivated and also calm and composed during this journey?
Yes. As I said, it is a very long journey. Some people they clear very early in their attempts. So, but then there are a sizable number of people who take 3-4 years to clear the exam. So it is important that you keep yourself motivated. I think motivation is something that is from within. You need to understand that you have a certain target in mind. You have to have faith in yourself that if I have decided कि मुझे ये लिखना है, मुझे clear करना है, तो then don't be bogged down by failures, because if you get bogged down, then even if it is possible, even if you are capable, you won't be able to achieve it because you don't believe in yourself. And it is also important that you have positive people around you, people that appreciate you, people that understand that you are capable of achieving things, that people that can give you honest feedbacks, people that can tell you that the honest mistakes that you commit. So at least they would also become a source of motivation. And you should also keep yourself motivated that I am capable of doing it. Then it is very easy, because if you are motivated from within.
Yeah. And can you also tell us about your strategy for prelims and mains, because many of the students who would be appearing now in prelims are very excited also, and somewhere fearful also about the prelims, because that is the most dreaded stage, as I am led to believe. So can you tell us?
First and foremost, I feel that the whole journey is a consolidated approach. You cannot be separating prelims from mains. You have to consolidate both. You have to prepare for prelims as well as mains. In just few 1 or 2 months before the prelims, maybe you can separate a little bit, focus purely from the prelims perspective. But then again, I think prelims is something that is in your hands, because answers are there. Only thing that is to be done is that you get the correct answer. Mains is a different ball game, because it is little bit subjective. It depends on the examiner also, your own approach also, your own understanding, but that correct time of writing also, speed, everything. But prelims is in your hands. In prelims, like, my approach always has been that if I was writing test, I always used to pick a target. My target was what was the last cutoff, the highest cutoff. If it is 115, I always used to target 130 in my papers. If I am not getting 130, then I used to go back. What are the mistakes? What is my at least like those mistakes which are very silly, 50-50 mistakes, wherein 2 options are not correct, and 2 options, one of them could be answer. In that areas you can improve upon. Probably critical thinking is required. You need to think from a much deeper perspective in those questions, because in prelims what happens is that 30% of the questions are easy. Anyone can crack those 30% with little bit of reading. What matters is not those 30 questions, but 30 or 40 questions after that, because not everyone can get all the questions corrected. So what matters is there, where 50-50 is there. You need to understand in 50-50 questions what is your accuracy. Simple questions, if there is a simple question, then you feel it is a very easy question. Nothing much is required. You try to understand in those difficult questions, what is your approach? If you're making mistakes, why are you making mistakes? Try to understand your mistake. Is it your thinking, or is it you're becoming too hasty, or is it you're too afraid? And also it is important that when you're writing your test series, take chances. I used to attempt all my questions, 100 questions, because in the beginning you can take chance. Then you cut down a little bit to improve accuracy. First try to attempt all the questions as possible, so that you would understand that if you do not know the answer, even then in that case you can get 1 or 2 questions corrected. Venture that possibilities in the earlier time, then later cut down on those mistakes, bring down attempting questions a little bit.
Yeah, that's a great strategy for prelims. And also your subject and in the mains as an optional was public administration. So we would also like to know a little bit about the strategy for public administration.
Strategy, it's strategy I wouldn't say, but then first and foremost, like when you take up public administration, you need to understand one thing fundamentally, that is to be in your head, is that it is a social science. Social science is a dynamic concept. It is a dynamic area, not static, that you have a certain information that is completely true. There is no complete truth in any of the social sciences, so you need to understand that. And for that you need to have a dynamic mind. You need to venture into concepts, not just understand, but bring a little bit of your own spin. Try to apply those things in the real world. For example, you told me you're from sociology. You can use Merton's idea in the real world. That would bring dynamism to the concept. You would be able to give a better or a more clear and practical view of things in the examination. I used to take up ideas from public administration, and I used to try to implement in the real world practical application, or even in answer writings I used to bring practical elements. Because understanding concepts, reading books is all fine. Everybody, they can. Public administration has a very concise syllabus, but concise syllabus, if you're not understanding it properly, if you're taking everything at face value, this thinker has said something, you take up the concept and you keep it to yourself. No, you don't keep it to yourself. You try to venture into it. Try to open up dimensions. Only then, like, you'll enjoy properly the social sciences, and you'll score good marks also. Because social science is an open area. It is an open-ended field. So if you're restricting yourself to only understanding and mugging up facts, it is not going to work, especially in social sciences. I think you can also you would also agree to the fact.
I also concur with this. Yeah, critical thinking and analytical thinking is needed more rather than
you need to analyze concepts.
Yeah.
You read something, you read about religion. Don't see religion from one perspective. If you're reading equality, don't see equality of financial equality only. You should also see gender equality is also there, social equality is also there, interpersonal equality is also there. So you look from different perspective. Don't restrict your thinking to only one domain. That is the core of reading into any social sciences.
Yeah, that's very true. And in this whole journey, while developing your skills of critical thinking and analytical thinking, the role of guidance also comes into play.
Definitely.
So what, according to you, is the role of guidance?
I think it depends people to people. Some people, I think they are rather more comfortable with the reclusiveness. They appreciate solitude. They want to be alone and study. It sometimes happens, but personally speaking, I required little bit of guidance, especially personalized guidance is required. But then guidance is only part of the game. The real deal is you. You take up guidance from the person, your teacher, your mentor, your coaching classes, but if you're not able to implement it yourself, and if you're not able to improve upon the concepts or the ideas and informations, then it is totally worthless. Guidance will give you the direction, but if you're not running and following the directions, you're running to the other side, it hardly matters. Guidance is important, but it is also important that how you use the guidance.
Yes, for sure. And just taking from your whatever you have said about guidance, that it is important for the person to take what it is. So it depends all on the personality. And now comes the role of personality development, because the test of your administrative skills is the personality test, which is conducted by UPSC. And an aspirant has to develop the personality traits accordingly.
Yes, definitely.
So what suggestions would you give to the new aspirants and the aspirants who are in their struggle phase to develop those personality traits?
From my personal experience, I can tell from my personal experience, I'm not an expert in the field.
Sure.
What I feel is like you need to understand and acknowledge the personality mistakes that is there. If you're, because interview is also part of the game, it is not separated. Your personality would be tested there. So you need to understand if what is your personality. Are you a reclusive person? Are you a shy person, not a people's person? Do you get nervous on the stage? If that is the case, work on those areas. Try to interact with people. Try to come to the stage. Try to get over that fear. If you get over that fear at the very early stage, then it is all a continuous improvement of your personality only. And if it is a language case, you are not very fluent, try to work on that. Try to talk to your friends. If your English is the medium of your writing the exam and interview then again, then try to interact with your students, with other students, with your teachers, faculties in the language. Sometimes people may laugh, sometimes people may make fun. That is their possibilities there. But don't get nervous, don't be bogged down. Work on your language, vocabulary, everything. Then when you feel that you are improving, then you can venture out, go out, randomly talk to people to see that how they appreciate your personality. Because I personally starting from myself, I had self-doubts. I felt that although the language is good, but then I'm not a people's person. I have not interacted on the stage for a very, very long time. So going to the mock interviews, especially I was here in day also.
Yes.
So going to the mocks, interacting with those faculties gave me more confidence. So you pick out the trait mistakes that is there, but don't change as a person. But those areas wherein which can bring positive changes, that can bring positivity. Obviously, if you become more confident, that is fine. I'm not saying you become a different person, but improve the personality as a person. But be honest to yourself and improve upon the same.
Sure. That's a very great advice. And especially, I would like to ask one question to you. What suggestion or advice would you like to give to the students and many aspirants who from the Northeast region, because we have seen a very minimal representation or very minuscule number of candidates from the Northeastern region qualifying in the final list?
I think the people from the Northeast, what is required is that they need to build this confidence that it is capable. We can also do it. अगर मैं कर सकता हूँ तो they can also do it, because not like I'm a big top or a very intelligent person or achieved the greatest of things in life. I'm a very average student. If an average student like me can achieve coming from the northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh, then other northeastern students, they can definitely do it. They are better people, better students with better academic records than me. They can do much better. Only thing that is required is that they be more confident, try to venture into it. Right now online materials are most of the materials are available. You get online guidance also most of the time. Coaching centers are there coming up in the Northeast. Some of the coaching centers, they also provide online classes. So venture into those things, be more confident, and try at least once.
Yeah, like you have mentioned the online classes, that is our program also, that we want to educate the students from all around India through this YouTube channel, in which we have discussions and interactions with toppers like you. So lastly, some lighter questions. What is your favorite pastime activity?
Favorite pastime, I'm a football fanatic.
Okay.
I watch football all time.
Okay.
Then again movies sometime.
Yeah.
Music, guitar, that is part of the game for me.
Okay.
I think it is important that you have proper mental health throughout this journey.
Yes.
You have to have this space for these lighter things in life, not like you everything just because you have got into the journey you're only studying and doing nothing, because mental health is important. Otherwise you can catch up with depression. You can be you can lose self-confidence. You'll have this mental issues which ultimately lead to horrible things. So you need to be light a little bit, and be more fair to yourself. At the end of the day, you're a human being.
Okay, that's great. And Thank you so much, Mr. Techi.
Thank you for
Once
having
again,
me here.
Congratulations on your success, and we wish you a very successful and bright career ahead. And thank you for giving your time.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.